Wow. So, I don't believe in holidays, it seems. Certainly not. Certainly not if it involves no exercise. Oh, wow. That is very nice. Can I get this a little higher, perhaps? Is there a way to do that? Just a little less up my nose? Well, not while I don't have my... Not while I don't have the right things with me. Okay, what if I do this? Do this. Shove that in there, maybe. Behind there, maybe. Does that work? How does this work? Oh, one day I'll have this all organized. That's a little better. So yeah, that was a fun workout. Holy mother of Jonathan Leitenhagen, how are you? Good morning to you too, sir. 44 minutes, my friend. 44 minutes. What I say is holidays are for the weak. Canada Day here. It's supposed to be a holiday. Drove back from the cottage where I saw all of my little sisters, or most of my little sisters, anyways, and their various children and all that jazz, and had a truly wonderful time. It was very nice. But weirdly, get this, I didn't miss. Well, I missed my house a bit, but I didn't miss my dog. I didn't even miss my computer. But I found myself missing the torture of the elliptical. Not because I wanted to be tortured or uncomfortable because of exercise, but just because I just kind of missed having the exercise. And maybe I just missed the learn part. Maybe I just missed the part where I get to talk to you guys. Maybe that's the part I was missing. Maybe I missed you. I don't think so, but I think it was, yeah. I definitely feel like this is becoming a little bit of a little, a little symbiote here. My elliptical machine is getting into my brain and saying, hey, you haven't done that for today. Anyway, so it's kind of interesting. Happy Canada Day to you. We call it Happy Bill Day around here because my wonderful friend William Phillips, who did a marvelous movie called Treed Murray with me back, his first movie he ever made, first feature he ever made was Treed Murray, and we did that together, and I've known him before that and after that, and he's just a wonderful, wonderful guy. So it was his birthday, so we just call it, it's not Canada Day, it's Bill Day. So happy Bill Day to everybody. I missed what did I miss? I missed the routine, maybe? Maybe, Mittens, it's true, maybe. Sporting some crazy hair there. Yeah, I just got it out of my face. Yeah, I got a little, what have I got? Got like a little Christopher Walken thing happening, only got more hair than I do. Actually, yeah, yeah, I didn't know what's going on there. That's not pretty. Anyways, Mr. Routine, Sweating Scientist look is in. I'm so glad, Casually Sandra, because that's where I'm at. How did you decide what to name the live streams? Is it the name of the calories you were burning? It's good, Kevin. I wish I'd given it that much thought. That would be good, actually, if I could just figure out how many calories I've eaten today or how many calories I've burned. Actually, it's a good way of doing it. I really like that. Except I don't think I've burned enough calories to come with the funny names. No, I just felt like a strawberry shortcake today. Hair to rival pikes, indeed, indeed. Did you stick a fork into an electrical socket? No, Opal Mist. Hey, you're rocking that Einstein look. Fantastic. Boy, everyone likes the hair. My hair is glorious. Big Dave. G'day, brother, says Nexus Corner. And, of course, Jonathan leading the pack. I like the Don King Albert Einstein hairdo. Yeah, very good, very good. Don King. God, I haven't heard that name for a while. Let's try if we can get that. There you go. What I should do, really, is get the... It should be that. It's with that Dilbert guy. Okay, so Burn and Learn. Get very serious now. Very serious now. We've talked about hair. We've goofed around. It's time to talk about the serious stuff. The torture that is being done. 44 minutes. Forward, backwards, mainly forward this time, by the way. And I kept the resistance up pretty high today as well, which I'm kind of proud of. So did that. Had to have the AC going because it's just so hot in here. I turned it off now, but I got the fan on just to keep me from passing out. Wonderful time up at the cottage. It was so great. God, but that's not the point. We're talking about Burn and Learn. Okay, so Burn and Learn today. Back on the Unreal Engine, really having fun now. Learned how to implement some basic AI for NPCs. So what's going to happen now is our little tower defense is going to spawn some little buggies, or as I call it, Atlantis. We'll have some wraith spawn, and then we'll be able to do tower defense, shooting down those little pixels, or whatever they're called. What are they called? Not pixel. What are they called? Sprites, little sprites. Yeah, I'll be playing with that. It's sort of a 2.5D game, and it's not a game. It's a project that I need to do in order to get through these. I also started another thing actually while I was away. I saw that there was this Google cybersecurity course, so I was looking at that as well, which has been kind of neat. But today, no, today learning about how to attach AI, very simple AI, to some characters within the Unreal Engine, and creating arrays, how you can then loop through those arrays, and started working with what they call widgets, which is basically the UI, is the user interface for it. So I now know how to create little health bars and little scores at the top and stuff like that. So I must sit down with the computer and actually do it, because I know there's an illusion of knowledge that comes with just watching these videos. So I've got to sit down and actually implement them on a game. But I'm very much looking forward to that. And as I say, I'd like to make a little tweak so that it's Wraith and Atlantis. Just to Nexus Connex is also a mad scientist. That's good. Dwellnindulst, says Alex Desisius. I don't know what that means. I was thinking about picking up the complete SG pack yesterday, but I read that some of the seasons are low def upscale. Is there an insider info on a remaster? Is there not a Blu-ray? There's not a Blu-ray version of it? I thought there's a Blu-ray version of all of them at this point. I mean, the reality is they shot on... What did they shoot on at first? They were shooting on 35, I guess, or whatever. So it wouldn't have been... We didn't go to HD until... I think Atlantis was the first full HD of the Stargates. I say that. It's possible... You know what am I saying? They probably all switched at the same time. But I know that they were still goofing around and trying to figure out HD back when we started. There was a lot of... We had to go again because the sensors would heat up and things would get out of focus and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of wonderful though, because they just had tapes. It's basically it was high def tapes, and they could run forever. So you'd have DeLuise just chatting away on set while the camera kept rolling, and it didn't matter from a cost perspective so much. But I'm sure the editors hated them. But anyways, so lots of that stuff, yeah, so I'm guessing that it would only be the later seasons that would be truly HD. I don't think it was ever shot in anything that would have resembled HD at that point. And now, of course, we need 4K, don't we? Right? A 2K, 4K, and 8K, whatever the hell it is. The last film I did, the series I guess I did in Newfoundland, they were using I think it was an 8K camera, either an 8 or a 6K camera that they then down-res, but they liked it because they got these giant sensors on these cameras, which allows for beautiful depth of field and bokeh and all those kind of cool things that happen with the big sensor cameras. So they really liked that look, even though they weren't going to be able to actually, broadcast it in that. But anyway, so it's kind of interesting. What else we got? I love typing nonsense when I arrive. That's all. Well, good, Alex. I'm glad that we can humor you in that regard. There's a Blu-ray, but I heard some of the earlies are HD upscale, and that makes sense, JS. I am assuming they are, because HD didn't exist, right? It just didn't. Back in SG1 days, we weren't shooting on HD. It didn't exist then. And I know sci-fi was weird about that. I know the sci-fi movies, they used to make you shoot on 35. They had to have a certain percentage of the film had to be filmed on film because they felt it looked more like a movie. And it took them a really long time to come around to actually shooting on digital stuff like we were doing. I got the Blu-ray box set of Atlantis. Well, Nexus, how does it look? Oh, Atlantis. Well, so Atlantis should all be HD for sure, yes. Season 8, SG1 onwards is HD, I think. Oh, thank you, Jonathan Leeton. There you go. You guys probably know better than I would. But yeah, that makes sense, actually. That does make sense. Because when we started, so we were probably season 8. We probably started around season 8 for them. So that would make sense that they would just switch everything to the HD format. So a happy Canada Day. Thank you very much, Christian, and everyone in the chat. Everyone. Christian is wishing you all a happy Canada Day. There you go. I just finished watching Atlantis, showing my wife for the first time. She loved your character. Well, then she obviously has wonderful, wonderful taste in men. That's all I can say. Hi, I'm Chase. Ray Toy. What's up, dude? My hair is up. My heart rate is up. And maybe some of lunch as well, because it was a horrible exercise. What was it? So I went up Friday. Did I exercise on Friday? No. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday without exercise, and I got to say I miss the torture device. It's just weird. Will we see you on screen again soon? You will, Concun. There's a few things coming up actually. There's a film called Levels, which should be really fun. Good sci-fi one for you. kind of Matrix-like sci-fi. There is, God, what else is there? Done a bunch of little things here and there. The Saint Pierre, which is this wonderful Hawko show, Alan Hawko from the East Coast, and then there's something else which I'm not allowed to mention yet. Actually, a few something else's that I can't mention yet, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know as soon as I can. You know that actors, we don't tend to keep very quiet about these things. Why didn't Rodney build a ZPM? Didn't have time, Chris. Just didn't have time. He's too busy talking about leadership. Thanks, guys. I'll grab the complete set. Much love. Keep up the hard work. Yeah, JS, I mean, maybe it's worth waiting. I've not heard anything about any new releases of any sort, but also MGM are terrible about that stuff. They just sort of like, they'd come out suddenly and no one's heard of it. There's no fanfare or anything. I mean, I would think, I know Melvin Tano was trying to do an up-resed version, AI up-res of A Dog's Breakfast, and was having some success with it. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Like to see like a 2K version of A Dog's Breakfast or whatever. I don't. I mean, God knows. I'm not sure what I would look like. I'm not sure I want to look. I'm not sure I want people looking at me in 4K. Season 5 of SGA looked amazing in HD, almost movie quality. Yeah, I mean that was the big part of it. Blurty Dad, they really liked. It was only once the film snobs could be convinced that it looked as good, if not better. The reality is, when you've got the digital stuff, this is what I don't understand when the Nolans of the world. It just feels like pretension to go in and film on film these days. It's a waste of materials. It's chemicals. It slows down the process. It just seems incredibly wasteful and sort of it seems like a vanity thing to me. HD is not HD, but digital HD obviously is lower res than that. But you know the resolutions you can get now on these cameras far surpasses film. And I know film looks good, but put a filter on that if you want to, run an algorithm on it to make it look like film if you want. I just feel like your best bet is always to get the best image you can possibly get for your film or television show, and then mess around with it all you want. You can look at it, but you can't. Well, it used to be you couldn't make it better. Now you can actually run it through an AI algorithm and have it sort of up-res stuff and fix things for you, I suppose. I'm sure that'll be the next thing. Fix my acting. Wish me a happy 39th birthday in a few days. Ray Toy will do. When's the actual birthday? And it's a 39th birthday. You're a freaking child, Ray. Unless you're over 60 at this point, I'm not. It's very hard for me to feel good for anyone having a birthday. Who had the idea with the homage to CSI Vegas at season 5, episode 19? That was all Coop. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. He was all over that. I mean, just absolutely loved that look and that style, and it made for a fun episode, didn't it? I mean, I almost felt like that should have been the last episode, because it could have been sort of a weird parallel world thing that would have thrown people off and not put us in San Francisco. But anyways, Canada, America's comfy hat. Oh, you army soldier, you had to go there, did you? Yeah, War of 1812. What I love about being both American and Canadian is that I can't have lost that war, because the Americans think they won it and the Canadians think they won it too. So there you go. Getting ready to watch Cube again. Oh, Jamie Childress, great. So am I in a way, because they're going to screen a new, talk about high res. They've up-resed it for the Fantasia Film Festival this year, which I advise all of you to go to. Go to Montreal, get yourself some tickets, get yourself a pass. It is so much fun as a festival. Mitch, who runs it, is just the sweetest, loveliest, amazingest, filmiest film nerd that there is out there, and I just love it. It's a pilgrimage that me and my family make every year. I cannot recommend freaking Fantasia more than I can. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I love it. We take the train up. It's just fantastic. When are we going to see your Unreal creations? That's the point, Jim the Evo. That's what I'm saying, is like I got this illusion of knowledge. I've been watching all these videos, but I'm never here to actually do the work. So soon, very soon. I've got the ball maze one. I'm sort of embarrassed to share that because it's so bad. I should probably show it like as the before and after. Like, this is my first project, and then I can show my last project. And my last project will be worse than the first one, knowing me. But anyways. But hello, Jim the Evo. How the hell are you? Enjoying your summer? Everyone should be following Jim the Evo, by the way. Go check him out. Wonderful biology stuff that he does. Hello, hi, I'm Chase. With that she does, I had to explain the ZPM pronunciation thing. We are from the UK. Where you'd say Z anyways, right? Hey, Hewlett. Who would you say McKay was best friends, Shepard or Beckett, and why? Oof. That's a tough one. Best friend. I think best friend, probably Beckett, I think. But Shepard, more of almost a man crush. You know what I mean? Like Shepard was just so cool and so never going to be McKay's friend, except for this situation, that I always felt like it was a bit of a. I think McKay would like to have had had Shepard. Would like to have had McKay as his best friend. I would like to have had Shepard as his best friend. The reality, I think, is that Beckett was more his level, if that makes sense. But I think he sort of fancied the idea that he was, hanging with the cool guys with Shepard and stuff. So that's my take, anyways. We all need to have physical media now more than ever. Every week I read about them streamers deleting series. Yeah, well, this is it, right? I mean, what's going to happen when they take all this? Like, yeah, when they want to, wring out another few $1 million out of us by taking them away again or putting them on a different platform. I mean, you know. It is frustrating, isn't it? I think we also crave physical products now too. I think there's going to be, because, and especially during the pandemic, you saw people collecting, it got way into the collecting stuff. All the trading cards and all that kind of stuff that people got obsessed with during the pandemic because they had the time to play with this stuff. I just feel like there is a craving for originality, like I have assigned this, or I have a prop from this, or I have an item of history that no one else has. That there is because everything is digital, everything is fungible. Is that the right? Am I going to use that right? Because there are sort of copies upon copies upon copies that are absolutely perfect. The idea that you might have something that is of a limited series of some kind of historic nature. I think people really do crave that now. I know I do. There's a part of me that, sees in a strange way, even with all this AI, potentially replacing a lot of artists and that kind of stuff. I think that's just gonna make the stuff that is out there and that is good and that does resonate with people more valuable. So, all right, what do you got? Levels, 1,000 cuts, Swedish Sugar, Gatekeepers, according to IMDb. Oh, good, Jake, GS, thank you. I'd forgotten about all of them. Okay, Levels, yes, I mentioned. 1,000 cuts, that's right. Yes, it's like a really weird murder mystery thing that our friend did. Swedish Sugar, I'm literally dressed up as a banana, and I'm in like one shot, but you should see it anyways. It's my wife has been working on that with a bunch of young filmmakers, and it's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, it's definitely out of my world, out of my comfort zone, my prudish comfort zone. But anyways, Gatekeepers is a short film, great short film that was done by my friend Jason and his brother, and they're a wonderful group of people, and it's a fun little short, little short film. Blu-ray version of the early SG1 seasons is way better than what Amazon is streaming on Prime. Yeah, keep in mind if you're streaming, there is going to be compression stuff, and it's also going to depend on I'm sure buffers and all sorts of that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you want, I mean, it is nice to have a lot of the material I want for. For demo reel stuff and things like that. Oh crap! I have an audition. I totally forgot. I have an audition I'm supposed to do. Oh dear, worst actor ever. Oh well, I'll get it tomorrow. What's the point? Yes. So a lot of the demo reel stuff that I do, I get it from DVD rips. Like, some of them are stuff that other people have pirated, but I don't feel bad about it for me because this isn't for making money or anything. This is just for my own little demo reel so that I can put things together. So, but weirdly, I have to like pirate my own stuff to put together a demo reel of my own stuff. Used to be you had to, back in my day, used to call up the studios or the networks or whatever you'd worked with and say, look, can I get a copy of whatever episode it was? And it was very, very tough to get because they didn't give a rat's bottom about you and your demo reel. So now it's kind of fun. You can just go and pirate the crap out of stuff and go through and just pull your clips. I've actually been tempted. I was thinking I should go through and just create memes, like of everything I've ever done. Just create little memes in an attempt to become famous again, or more famous, or less famous, depending on the word it is. Hello, mate. I saw in Australia a supernova events yesterday. Good to see you again, kinda. Oh God, it's a pleasure. I absolutely love those supernova events. I loved Australia. Australia is absolutely one of my favorite places in the world. You know, I have a nasty habit of not wanting to leave the house, and then when I do, I want to live wherever I've just been. But Australia, New Zealand, Prague, all stood out as wonderful, wonderful places I'd love to be in. But specifically Australia. I mean, that's like saying I want to live in Canada because Canada's so huge that there's so many different zones and stuff. But certainly, any of the cities or the rainforests or the reefs that I visited there, or islands. I just, oh my God, just absolutely wonderful, wonderful place, and just the best people, man, the best crazy fun people that I think I've met out in Australia. Michael Morrissey says, it's my wife's birthday. She loves you. She is next to me listening in. Can you say happy birthday, Lisa? I don't know, Lisa. Can I? I suppose I could, but the problem with Lisa is she's probably like a fraction of my age. It's just going to make me feel horribly old when I find out how old she actually is. But I suppose because you're here looking at me all sweaty and hairy, that I should probably say happy birthday, Lisa. So happy birthday to Lisa. Happy birthday, Lisa. Yes, obviously Michael loves you very, very much. That he wants a horrible, old, sweaty actor to say happy birthday to you. But happy birthday. Thank you for listening in. Appreciate it. My birthday's on Wednesday, too. Jesus Christ, would you all get born at the same time? What is this, a freaking birthday show? Happy birthday, Rebecca. Whatever. And birthday's the 4th rate. What the hell? What? As an American, that's more annoying than you'd expect. I'm sure. Absolutely. I'm American, Canadian. What am I? American, Canadian, and British. And I want to get my Irish passport. So I don't even know if you're allowed to do that, but it'd be kind of fun to have as many passports as Jason Bourne. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. I met Robert Davi one time, who seemed like a very friendly, incredibly intelligent person in real life, in contrast to the jerk played on Atlantis. Okay, that was your experience. My experiences were closer to the jerk on Atlantis. But anyways, happy birthday, Rebecca Haskell. Look, everyone's jumping in. And Elisa, happy birthday, Lisa. Everyone say happy birthday, Lisa, as well. I would assume the city of Atlantis was probably moved to the dark side of the moon, logically, if the series had kept on going, moved it to Europa, since Europa actually has oceans. I think they had a lot of ideas. They're never short of ideas, those brilliant writer types. It's just we had a lack of a lack of networks to show us. Yeah, I mean, I never thought that the problem with Stargate was they ran out of ideas. It was just unfortunately, I think some strange network decisions, maybe some politics. I don't know, but yeah, it's a shame because I do feel like there's a few things we could have done if we'd carried on. Anyways, quite late this time, David. Oh my God, Frank with Calico Cat. Let's not keep you up. In Europe, it's 1:30 a.m. Go to bed, for God's sake. In Canada, it's a bit earlier. It's much earlier. It's like 20 to 8. And I'm hungry. Munich. Sorry, Pyro Freak. You're in Munich, are you? All right, well, enjoy your Munich. I've never been to Munich, I don't think. It sounds like a cool place, actually. You were making games in UE. I missed that. Tell us more about it. Sorry, they're not like official games, Jin. Jerry Hybeck. They're not real games. They're just I'm working through these tutorials about Unreal because I just feel like there's some interesting filmmaking and potentially some crossover film, TV, gaming, I don't know what stuff. And I'm a nerd. I don't just play a nerd on television, or a coward. So I'm just doing some projects, basically homework. It's basically homework. I'm not really making games. I'm making homework. But as Jim the Evo has pointed out, I should probably show you some of this stuff. Maybe I can talk you through some of the stuff that I was learning. You can have a look and see if you like it. I love it. I just absolutely love it. The frustrating part about it, I will say this. One thing I loved about programming, like in Python or in the old days with C and C++, I didn't do a lot of C++, but any of the Java, all these kind of things. The advantage of those programs was you could just have a little development platform that you worked on, which was basically text-based. You could basically code in text and then run it through, compile it and run it. And it was fairly simple to do on most computers. Unreal, you definitely need, if you want to do it right, you need some kind of a GPU going. So I've got I think a 2070 on this old laptop of mine. Yeah, that is Yeah, and even that it struggles with some of the stuff for sure. I'd love to upgrade that at some point. Get myself some more firepower for that. But so it does limit. Like I mean, it's one of the reasons why I haven't had a chance to actually get in there and get my hands dirty with this because I'll watch the tutorials on my laptop. I find it very frustrating to run Unreal on the Mac. If anyone's got any tips on that, I should ask my UE guys about that. Actually, I find the Mac frustrating. It's not. It doesn't seem to be really. It's not really designed to work Unreal Engine. I don't think, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. So obviously, let me know. You're making games. There we go. What do we got? The plan was always to return to Pegasus. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, damn it. Happy birthday to your wife. Oh, look, everyone's getting happy. Everyone's getting happy birthdays in there. It's Dr. McKay, huge fan. Fantastic taste. AC Entertainment, welcome. Yes, it's less Dr. McKay and more Hewlett, actually, but it's a great, sweaty Hewlett attempting to get back to his McKay weight and age. I like to go backwards that way. My voice sounds cool today, though. It's kind of like raspy and stuff. Ooh, I sound cool. Jim the Evo, it's also Gimpy G Gaming. How the heck are you, Gimpy G? Gimpy G and I are gonna do. I think we're gonna try to do. We're gonna try to do a Damn Dirty Abe's podcast. I think tomorrow afternoon is the hope. I'm waiting to hear from my roofing guy. Yes, indeed. The reason why he hadn't called me back was he had called me back and I hadn't checked my messages. So he had called me back about a month ago and I called and said, I bet you I'm like the only person looking for a roof who doesn't call you back. And he was laughing about that. There's me trying to get in there with him so that he'll take pity and decide he wants to do my roof really quickly so I can have my little layer back again. So he's going to come and have a look tomorrow, I'm hoping. So depending on when he shows up, will depend on when I'm free. But I'm hoping to sit down with Gimpy G and hear some tales of the Gimpy G and do a little chatting with him at some point. That'd be kind of fun. So can you have a quick comment on a dog's breakfast? Can you have a quick comment on a dog's breakfast? It's hard to have a quick comment on a dog's breakfast because there's just so much to talk about. Getting married in 12 days. Chaos Surveyor. Best decision I ever made the second time. Officially starting to feel a smidge nervous. It's just the vows in front of people that's worrying me. Oh my God. Don't worry about that. There's so many other things that can go wrong. God, was I nervous? I wasn't really nervous. I think the key there is to have a sense of humor about it. And to remember that weddings aren't for you and they're not for your wife. They're for usually your wife's family. That seems to be the way it works. It really is about celebrating it for the family, in my mind. I mean, unless you're just running off and getting an eloping or something, which is also really fun. We did it all, basically. Jane and I ran away and eloped, and then we came back and had an actual wedding. So elope's the wrong word. We ran off and got married in Hawaii when Jane was very, very pregnant. Just for ourselves, basically. And then that sort of took the pressure a lot off the wedding as well, I suppose. So what do I know? But I wouldn't get nervous. I mean, the fun part about it is you're marrying this person because you get along, right? So the assumption being that I could have said or done anything at that wedding. I mean, within reason, obviously. But, and I think Jane would have got a laugh out of it. And I think that's, part of the, look, it's the happy accidents in life that make you remember things. If everything goes smoothly, whatever, that's no fun of wedding. You want a few things to go off wrong now and again. But honestly, the vows, don't worry about that. That's not all. Are you writing your own vows? Or are you gonna get, doing some sort of standard ones? We wrote our own vows, right? Didn't we, Jane? Hey, Jane. She's just come in with her headphones on. She can't hear a thing. I could say anything. Oh, hi, Jane.
Sorry,
we sort of wrote our own vows, didn't we?
I think we planned to.
Yeah. We planned to, just in case you can't hear her through the fan and the microphone.
I think we planned to, and then did we?
I think we edited. Edited. I think we edited some existing ones. I think if we'd strayed too far from the straight and narrow, again, I think parents might have had something to say about it. But when it came to the Hawaii one, we definitely changed some stuff. I remember that.
Yeah.
We were playing around with that.
That was all I read.
And again, I feel like, if you goof it up or you flub a line or something, I mean, that's part of the fun, isn't it?
Definitely.
There you go.
Charming.
See, it's charming. There you go. Charming. A charming disaster. There you go. There's our wedding advice for you. We should start a wedding. We'll start a wedding channel now. There you go.
Almost anniversary too, isn't it?
Is it really?
Well,
We had the 21st, which we did a great job of completely ignoring.
yeah.
And then when
it's July 8th, isn't it?
July the 8th, the next one?
Yeah, the
Well-
Hawaii one.
Hawaii was the 8th.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that a subtle hint from my wife that I should be perhaps doing more than I am? Could be. Do you still hang out with any of the SGA cast? Whenever I can. AC Entertainment, whenever I can. And that's usually at like conventions and stuff. Yeah, but like the whole time we were in Basingstoke, basically, I was hanging with one or all of the cast because it was just such a wonderful time to get, you get to sort of, you get to hang out with them again. I hung out with Joe. I hung out with oh God, everyone. Paul, Rachel, who I hadn't seen for ages. I hadn't seen Rachel for ages. I mean, Jason's operates in his own sort of orbits at this point. But even then, we still, whenever we got a chance, we'd be sort of catching up on stuff. So it was just, yeah. I mean, they're a great bunch. They really are. They're an absolute lovely bunch. Rainbow, oh my God, we had the best time with Rainbow too. Yeah. Rainbow and his partner. We went to the gin distillery? Went to a gin distillery and saw the whole process of how they made all this stuff. I don't even drink that much, but I had a gin and tonic at the beginning, and I was very happy for the whole tour. Jumped in while getting ready for bed, almost 2 a.m. Good Lord! Bam! Anima Confused is awake because of my fabulous hair. You're awake. You're awake. Good for you. May my hair be an inspiration to your sleeping. I should get out of here. Gotta make some dinner. And probably get showered because I can't imagine my wife's going to want to hang out with me tonight if I, look like this. Thanks. I spent today fashioning my theme song with Suna. Oh, very good. Gimpy G Gaming is working on theme songs. I love it. Let AI rain down upon us. Come down to the jungle, mate. Nexus Connex. Where's the jungle, mate? How's your Canada? Very good, Legendary Studios Canada. I am very much enjoying it. Like I say, we ended up leaving the cottage a little early because everyone was freaking out about how bad the traffic was going to be, and we got home in record time, so it was great. We got to watch the game. We got to watch Slovenia almost beat Peru. Was it Peru? No, not Peru. Who was it? Were they fighting? They're not very good at remembering the teams. Not Peru. Brazil? Who was it? I can't remember now. God, that's how fast it's gone. I was really, really into it, but I don't remember who they were fighting now. Brazil, that's right. Was it Brazil? I think it was Brazil. No, Portugal. It's Portugal. That's right. So they almost, yeah. Anyways, I don't know a lot about sports, but I got very excited. Gimpy G Gaming is laughing at me again. Have a good night, David. Have a great day or night, and everyone. Christiane's saying hello to everyone and making sure that they all have a great part of whatever day they're a part of. Listen to Zed. I was right. I just cleaned the kitchen and bathroom. Can I play Fortnite? There you go, Fortnite. Pasky Jack says Jesus loves you. I don't know if he does or not. I'm not sure. Jo, good night to you. Have a good night, Lloyd. To you too. Hello, Sweaty David, John D. Brewer, Zeno76. Welcome. Yes, I was sweatier to start, man. I'm less sweaty now. What do we got? Wedding hoopla is like wrapping arsenic with a lovely ribbon. Oh, good Lord. I'm like, you jaded bastard. That's Gimpy G, by the way. Someone else you should be following for sure. You should all be following Gimpy G. Writing my own vows. It's all sealed, so now no editing anymore. It made her mom cry reading them, so we must have done something right. That's great. Oh, no, you're in them. That's fantastic. And that's the thing. Like, you know what? Like, yeah, I mean, if you can memorize them, fantastic. If not, just have them there ready. Have your cheat sheet ready, and everyone who is there wants it to be fabulous. I mean, it's really like the best audience you could ever have. It's a bit like being surrounded by Stargate fans. It's just, everyone wants the absolute best for you, and so you can feed on that energy, and yeah, I just think, just enjoy it. I mean, try to enjoy it. But like I say, honestly, the wedding is not for the bride and groom. Like I like to think it is, and I think we like to think it is when we are the bride and groom. But the reality is, it's funny for us. I hardly remember my wedding ceremony, but I do remember having all of my friends and all of my close family there. And at the time I was freaking out about how expensive it was. And now I can't, what a party. You know what I mean? Like my friends and I, we still talk about, the silliness we got up to at each of our weddings and stuff. And it's just lovely. It's absolutely lovely. And I'm so happy for you. I think that's going to, have a great freaking time. I cannot wait to hear about all the good news afterwards. All right, what else we got here? Have a good day. What else we got? Wait, is it over? Bye, everyone. Elizabeth said, like, what? Wait, I just got here. Come on. No, I've been nattering on for a while, Elizabeth. I feel I've been going for like over 35 minutes now, so I should probably wrap it up. Stargate fans are something else. All a good bunch of people. It really is. That's it. It really is a bit like that. I gotta say, certainly weddings are pretty good for that. I did have a question, didn't I? Yeah, Lance, we had a question, didn't we, that we wanted to ask. We were wondering if there was somebody out there. Maybe we should ask our fabulous quad stick friend. But we were wondering if there was someone out there who could turn very minute movement of a mouse into so instead of having to move a mouse all over the screen, can you just move it ever so slightly and have it move all over the screen? So basically, how do we bring the ratio of movement up or down or whatever one does to make that happen? Where would that happen? Like, would you need to program a specific controller for that, or how would one do that? I'm guessing on a Windows machine, actually on anything for that matter. Let's like whatever people have got. I would love to know how that's done. So if there's any programmers out there, do let us know. I am David I. Hewlett at gmail.com. And so if you've got any of that, any info, any intel on that, please do let me know. It would be very useful. Lance and I have a cunning plan, and that I think could work. And I'm so maybe if someone is interested in that or knows something about it, it'd be kind of cool to be able to create could you imagine if we had to program it in assembler or something? That'd be really neat. GPG's like eyes are glazing over as we speak. Anyways, we'll talk about it tomorrow, I'm sure. Razer gaming mouse is super high resolution. Yeah, exactly. So the idea was, can you take a mouse? What we're doing basically is taking a mouse, flipping it upside down, and using the sensor to allow Lance to move ever so slightly, move his hand ever so slightly back and forth, and have that trigger a switch. Switch on, switch off, maybe, or move left or move right or whatever. But basically, we want that movement to be converted into a trigger for events as simply and as cheaply as possible for some fun gaming adventures. And also some just fun assistive tech adventures. So if anyone's got any info on that, do let me know. Like how the old BlackBerry phones worked. How did the old BlackBerry phones work? I'm trying to think. The old BlackBerry phones. They had the buttons were hard to press on those though. Like I loved them because they were very tactile. I think the idea was, I know Lance also likes a feel to it. Like if there's a snap, like a nice little click and stuff. We thought maybe we could do that we could even just do that with a little speaker, or maybe what is they called, piezo buzzer or whatever they're called. Anyways, there's just that we'd love to play with some of that stuff if anyone's got any in your settings. Yeah, I don't think I've looked at it. Admittedly, I've only looked at it on the Mac, but. I think it's a little more complicated than just changing the settings. I think I've explained it badly. There's two ways we're looking at it. One is to move the mouse, and the other one is to trigger events. Because he was saying that maybe you could use use the head tracking to move the mouse, but be able to trigger multiple events by moving left or right with each hand, or even just one hand, depending on how it works. But again, if you want to chat about this stuff, we should talk about this on Damn Dirty Abe's, which we're hoping to do tomorrow. So we'll keep you posted on that as well. I don't understand Mac. You don't need to. That's what's so beautiful about them. I like both. I love goofing around with Windows PCs and Macs and everything, including giant freaking server things as well. So old servers are also fun. So it's all Tobii eye tracking is something to look at. Yeah, we've looked at that too. Jim the Evo loves his Mac. I don't know if anyone didn't know that. They know it again now. Thanks, Jim. All right, so I've thrown that out there. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? I'm sure there was, and I'll remember it as soon as I finished. But anyways, look, happy Canada Day to everyone. Thank you so much for joining this great sweaty old mess for yet another Burn and Learn. And I can't wait to get some more of this Unreal stuff going. It was really fun. And I think the idea of a tower defense, programmed by McKay to look like Atlantis would be really fun. So lots of love, everyone. Be brave, be kind, be brilliant. Until we geek again, I will say cheerio and huzzah and happy Canada Day. Cheerio, everyone. Have fun. Thanks much. Bye.